All right, happy Strength Tuesday. This is Katie. Remember to listen to your bodies today. Definitely keep some water nearby. Take breaks as needed, and feel free to ask for any adaptations or clarifications. Let's get warmed up, especially for in a cold room. I want you to get to your space, find your mat, whatever you're using today. And we're just going to start with some nice big arm circles to get those shoulders warmed up. So forward arm circles. Reaching our arms nice and high, down to the floor, back behind us, and back around. Keeping them nice and big. You can do two at the same time, or if that's uncomfortable, you can always do one arm at a time. Just making sure we're doing nice big arm circles. If you want to kind of pace your space as well, you can do that. Add a little extra movement. And let's start to make those arm circles a little bit smaller with every rotation until we get to that dinner plate size, tennis ball size. And then you can let your arms fall, shake and shimmy them out. And we're going to go reverse those big arm circles. So now taking them back behind us first, still keeping them nice and big. Want to make sure those shoulders are warmed up and ready to go, because it is strength. We're covering the full body today. And let's start to make those a little bit smaller with every rotation. Get to that dinner plate, tennis ball, and let your arms rest. Let's transition into some glute kicks next. I'm going to place my hands on my hips and bending at the knee. I'm going to take my right ankle towards my right glutes, place the foot back down, and repeat on the left side, left ankle, left heel to left glutes. And just alternate and repeat those glute kicks. Starting nice and slow. We're getting those hamstring muscles firing. A little bit of the knee joint warmed up. As you get used to the movement, you can make it a little bit faster. And if you want to pump your arms in opposition to the kicking knee, feel free to do that as well. Keep it going. A few more glute kicks here. And let's transition into some marches now. So we'll kind of reverse the movement, taking the right knee up towards the chest, flexing the right foot, and then we'll place that foot back down and repeat on the left side. So marching knees, driving the knees up towards the chest. Nice and slow. You can keep the hands on the hips if you'd like. And once again, as you get used to the movement, you can start to speed it up a little bit. Get a little bit of that low abs to fire, the quads firing. Few more seconds here. And 3, 2, 1. Let's transition into some windmill toe touches next. So we'll take our feet in a nice wide standing position, 1 to 2 steps outside of the hips, toes pointing forward and slightly outward. I'm going to extend both arms out to the sides about shoulder height. And then I'm going to hinge at the hips as I reach my right hand towards my left ankle, left foot. Then I'm going to come back up to center and switch to the other side, reaching left hand towards right ankle, foot. And just continuing to alternate, reaching towards the right and the left, keeping the wide stance, hinging at the hips, warming up the posterior chain. Nice work. We're starting to get that heart rate up a little bit, breathing rate up. A few more of these windmill toe touches. And 3, 2, 1. I want you to keep that wide stance with your feet. We'll come back up to center though. You can drop your arms. You can either place your hands on your hips or reach them down towards the floor. We're going to do some of those Cossack rocks. So keeping the wide standing position, I'm just going to have you bend at the knees a little bit, lower the hips just about a quarter way down to the floor. And then we're just going to rock our weight over into the right leg and straighten out the left leg, stretching that inner thigh region. And then we'll rock back to center and over into the left leg, straightening the right leg. So those Cossack rocks, warm up. Remember, you can reach down towards the floor if you want. Getting a nice stretch in the inner thigh region, but we're also getting the ankles and the knees to mobilize a little bit. Continuing to rock left to right. Few more here, and then we're going to get started with circuit 1, which is going to be standing lower body. In 3, 2, 1. Excellent. We can go ahead and stand the hips back up, step the feet back together. If there's another warm-up exercise you want to do while we do some descriptions, feel free to do so. But let's get after it. So circuit 1 is that standing lower body. Our first move is going to be a forward lunge. So we're going to start in that neutral standing position. We're going to do one leg at a time. So we're going to start with just the right leg, and then second set, we'll do the left leg. So for our forward lunge, we're going to take a nice long step forward with the right leg. So now my right leg's in front, left leg is back. I have both toes pointing forward as well. Once I've taken that long step, I'm just going to place my hands on my hips, and I'm going to lower that left knee or back knee down towards the floor. My right front knee bends as well until my thigh becomes almost parallel to the ground. I go as low as I can, right? We all have a different range here. And then I'm going to push back up out of that lunge. Option to just stay there and do the lunge reps, or if you want a little more challenge on your balance, you can go all the way back to that standing position, step out again, and then lower into the lunge. So we have options there, but that's that forward lunge. Right leg. Any questions there with the forward lunge? Awesome. Next one will be the left leg. And then we have sumo squats. So for our sumo squat, we're going to take a nice wide stance with our feet, 1 to 2 steps outside of the hips. And then I want your toes pointing forward, slightly outward, okay? From there, we are going to lower the hips, make sure the knees are tracking outwards towards the toes until you get to that almost full squat position. Remember, we all have a different range, but we're just doing a nice wide squat. And then we're just going to push up out of that, squeezing the glutes when we come to the top, and repeat. If you're using a weight for this one, you're going to hold the weight kind of at your hip level and then lower it towards the floor as you squat down and back up. So your arms just kind of stay hanging and hold it there. Any questions?
Using one weight or two?
That's up to you. If you're using 2 weights, just hold them both in front of the hips to start and lower them both down towards the floor. It doesn't matter how you hold them, as long as the weight is kind of hips and down. Any other questions? Great. And our last move is a squat pulse or a wall sit. So if you are close to a wall, you are going to find your way there and make sure your feet are a little bit wider than your hips and about 1 foot to 1.5 feet off of the wall. And then you're going to lower yourself down as low as you can go, not anywhere below 90 degrees with your legs. And then we're just going to hold that wall sit. If you don't have a wall nearby, you're going to do a squat hold. So same setup, feet slightly outside the hips, toes forward. And then you're just going to lower your hips as much as you can while holding that squat position. Any questions with a wall sit or a squat hold?
Katie, I have one question for you on the first one.
Yeah, lunges.
I can either hold on to something and I'll be able to get down more, or not hold on to something and I can't go down as far. Does it matter?
That's more towards what your goals are. So if your goals are to work on more balance, I would do less range, or sorry, yeah, less range without a support source. But if your goals are more strength, I would do support source to get more range. So that's up to you. Does that help?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. All right. I got some island music for our playlist today because sometimes on a Tuesday, I wish I was on an island. But we're going to do some strength and have fun with it. All right. So I'm going to get our circuit started. 10 seconds of work, or sorry, 10 seconds of rest, 30 seconds of work. And our first move is that forward lunge on the right side, beginning in 3, 2, 1. So stepping forward nice and long, lowering the back knee towards the floor, pushing up. And repeat. The right side only, we're not alternating. Just working that right leg. Keeping our chest and shoulders mostly upright. You might have a little bit of a hinge. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10-second rest, and then we're going to hit that left leg next. In 3, 2, 1. Forward lunges, left leg. And I did fail to mention, but if you want to add weights to this exercise, you'll just hold that weight in the same hand as your working leg. So it would be in the left hand for these ones. Nice job. Make sure that knee doesn't travel over the toes. Keep good form. 3, 2, 1. Preparing for sumo squats next. Taking that wide stance, getting ready. 3, 2, 1. Sumo squat. Nice wide stance with the feet. Toes are pointing slightly outwards. We're really overemphasizing the squeezing of the glutes when we push up out of the squat. Nice job. Make sure those knees are tracking out towards the feet. Taking these nice and slow. 3, 2, 1. 10-second rest. Let's find that wall or get that squat positioning ready for the wall sit. 3, 2, 1. If you're doing a wall sit, go ahead and lower yourself down as far as you can go. We want to make sure our head, shoulders, and hips all stay glued to the wall. Knees should not be over the toes. They're just kind of staying over the feet. We're just holding. Quads are screaming a little bit. Hold that form, squeeze those abs, whether you're doing a squat hold or a wall sit. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Push up out of that hold. Let's get back to the top with right side lunges. 3, 2, 1. Forward lunges on the right side. Remember, we can always hold that lunge positioning and just do some pulses or some stationary reps. The step back, step forward is totally optional and is going to be the most challenging version of the exercise. Nice job. Keep it up. 3, 2, 1. 10-second rest. We're going to switch to that left side. Make sure we're listening to ourselves. 3, 2, 1. Forward lunges, left side. Very common to have one side of the body that might be a little bit weaker than the other. For me, it's my left side. So just make sure we're paying attention to those body cues, taking breaks as we need. 10 more seconds, you got this. 3, 2, 1. 10 seconds of rest. Let's set up for the sumo squat. Nice wide stance. Toes slightly out. 3, 2, 1. Sumo squats. Getting low. Pushing up, squeezing the glutes. You really feel that stretching of the glutes when you're taking this wider squat. Make sure we're keeping the feet flat, but a lot of that drive, that push out of the squat is coming from the heels. 3, 2, 1. 10-second rest. Go ahead and find that squat hold or wall sit. 3, 2, 1. And lower and hold. You can always add a weight to this exercise if you'd like. Just holding it wherever you want. Make sure we're breathing, keeping the abs tight. Keeping the feet flat, whether we're doing a squat or a wall sit. You got this. And that head, shoulders, hips to the wall. 3, 2, 1. All right, y'all, one more round, starting with those forward right lunges. In 3, 2, 1. Last round. Forward lunges, right side only. Make sure that knee isn't tracking inwards or too far outside of the foot. I'm going to keep it tracking mostly aligned with the foot. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. 10-second rest, then we're going to switch legs. Left leg forward lunges. And 3, 2, 1. Forward lunges, left leg only. You got this. Finish this first circuit strong. Lower body circuit gets you nice and warmed up for the rest of it. Keep those knees strong over the toes, over the foot. Keeping the hips level. 3, 2, 1. 10-second rest. And sumo squats, last set. 3, 2, 1. Begin those nice, slow sumo squats. Really feeling more of that posterior chain working when we do this kind of squat. Because our body is able to hinge more since we have a wide stance. And so those back of the legs can get more targeted versus a traditional squat. 3, 2, 1. 10-second rest. You have your last squat hold or wall sit coming up. So let's get ready. 3, 2, 1. Find the position that works for you. Make sure the feet are flat. Knees aren't over the toes. Holding, bracing, breathing, and never giving up. You got this. Think good thoughts. If you're on the wall, reassess. Keep those hips, shoulders, head against the wall. 3, 2, 1. Woo! All right, y'all. Take a quick breather. Grab a drink if you need. We're going to talk about circuit 2. Let's get after it. All right. So circuit 2, we are going to go down to the floor and we're going to be working some of our upper body and core. So go ahead and make your way down there if you haven't already. And we'll be lying on our backs. I'll have you have your knees up to the ceiling, feet flat to the floor for a little extra stability, and your upper body torso area is completely flat. So our first move is going to be a skull crusher. We've done some of these before, but we're doing them single arm skull crushers. So our first one's going to be on the right side. So what I'll have you do is make a fist with your right hand, and then we're just going to punch that fist up to the ceiling over the shoulder. And the only joint moving during this exercise is going to be your elbow. So we're bending at the elbow and we're extending the elbow. So for the skull crusher, we have that fist punch towards the ceiling. And then we're just going to bend at the elbow, taking the fist back towards the head. But we want it to be kind of slightly behind the head. We don't want to like crush our head with a weight. So stay outside of your shoulder, bending at the elbow, reaching back towards us, the top of the head. You'll feel the back of your arm stretch. And once you feel that stretch, you're going to extend the elbow once again back to that starting position. So we're trying to keep the shoulder as stationary as possible, just bending at the elbow and then squeezing the triceps when we extend the elbow back towards the ceiling.
Which way are we holding the weight?
Great question. So weight, you're going to be holding it in a I shape. So head, the heads are, if you're doing a thumbs up, sorry, weight heads are towards your feet and your head. Is that a better?
Okay.
Okay, cool. So that is the orientation of the weight if you are holding the weight. Any questions with skull crushers? Awesome. We'll hit the left side after we do the right side with the skull crushers. Our next move is dead bugs. If you do my core stability, you're very familiar with these. So we're going to stay on our backs and we're going to lift our feet off of the floor. Our knees will be over our hips and then our shins are going to be parallel to the ceiling, and I'm pointing my feet. And then both arms are going to extend to the ceiling over the shoulders. And then I'm going to keep my core braced as I drop the left leg, straighten the left leg and drop it towards the floor. As I do that, I'm going to drop the right arm towards the floor as well. And then I'm going to pull both of those limbs back together and switch to the other side, dropping right leg and left arm. If you want to add weights to your hands, feel free to do so, and you'll hold them in the same orientation as the skull crushers, but you're keeping your arms straight. Any questions with the dead bug? Awesome, awesome. Our last one for the ground circuit, you're going to flip over onto your front side into a high plank position. So high plank position, my hands are flat on the floor, fingers are nice and wide, wrists, elbows, and shoulders are all stacked. From here, I'm going to extend both legs back behind me, so I'm on the balls of my feet. So only things in contact with the floor are my hands and my toes. In that high plank position, I'm nice and flat, my core is squeezed. Option to stay here and just hold the high plank, or you can progress it a little bit and add the plank walks. So you're stepping out to the right with your right hand and right foot, following with your left hand and left foot. So taking a couple steps right and a couple steps left, staying as flat as possible in that high plank position. Any questions there with the high plank or plank walks?
I can't do either one of those. What would you like me to do?
Are you able to do a Superman exercise?
I'm able to do that. I'm able to do forearm plank.
Okay, then why don't you modify it to a forearm plank will be more similar to the exercise we're doing. So you can drop to a forearm plank. And if you want to add a challenge to that, you can either do step outs with your feet. So like tapping your right toes out to the right, left toes out to the left, or you can do some hip rainbows. Are you familiar with those?
No.
Okay, so hip rainbows, you're just holding that low plank, and then you're going to dip your hips over to the right, come back to center, and dip your hips over to the left and back to center. So if you want to progress it, feel free to do that.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, if there's no other questions, let's get going. Circuit 2. Get the music. Getting down to the ground, ready for the skull crushers with the right arm. In 3, 2, 1, skull crushers. Remember, we're bending at the elbow, keeping that fist or weight towards the floor, keeping the elbow high, and then extending the arm, squeezing the tricep when we're at the top. Nice job. Remember, we're keeping the arm, the shoulder pretty stationary. It might move back a little bit. That's okay. 3, 2, 1. 10-second rest. Go ahead and switch hands with the weight if you're using weights. 3, 2, 1. Skull crushers, left arm only. Keeping that shoulder mostly stationary. Bending at the elbow. Really squeezing the triceps when your arm is straight. You feel it stretch as it bends. Great tricep targeting exercise. You don't want to fully lock out at the top. 3, 2, 1. 10-second rest. We have dead bugs next. So if you want to add weights, go ahead and put them in both hands. 3, 2, 1. Dead bugs exercise. Take these nice and slow. Keep the back glued to the floor. Keep the core squeezed. Working a little bit of everything with this one. You want to really challenge yourself, make these dead bugs as slow as possible. 3, 2, 1. 10 seconds. Let's flip around to that plank position. And 3, 2, 1. High or low plank. Adding those progressions as wanted. Just making sure we're focusing on squeezing the abs, squeezing the glutes in unison, and keeping our bodies as flat as possible. You have your entire dinner on your back. Mashed potatoes, gravy, all the things you don't want to spill. 3, 2, 1. Woo, 10-second rest. Let's get back onto our backs. 4 skull crushers. Right side. 3, 2, 1. Right side skull crushers. Bending at the elbow, letting that weight drop overhead. Shoulders mostly stationary. It might fall back a little bit, and that's okay. It gets you that extra stretch in the tricep. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and switch hands. Gonna hit that left side. Skull crushers. 3, 2, 1. Letting the weight fall. Stretching the tri. Also a reminder to brace your core. Anytime we're doing any kind of lift, we want to make sure our core is involved. Protect our back, shoulders, all the things. 3, 2, 1. 10-second rest. Get ready for those dead bugs. Maybe you'll add weight this round or not. It's up to you. 3, 2, 1. Dead bugs. Nice and slow. Dropping right leg and left arm. Left leg and right arm. As low as we can to the ground. Out arching the back. Our back, torso, hips is all staying glued to the floor. We have that pin through our belly button, keeping us flat and engaged. 3, 2, 1. Get around for those planks. Strength planks. 3, 2, 1. And we're up. We're holding tight. Our abs and glutes are squeezed. Our spine is flat. Our legs are straight. If you need a little less resistance from gravity, you can raise your hips up, take a little rest, and then come back down. Nice job. Stay up. You're almost there. 3, 2, 1. Take a quick 10-second rest. We're going to go back to the top for our last round. Totally got this. Right side, skull crushers. 3, 2, 1. Skull crushers, right side. Let's do this. Last round of this upper body and core. Do it. The nice stretch of the tricep. Extend the elbow, squeeze the tricep. And 3, 2, 1. Switch hands. skull crushers left side for the last time. In 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Once again, taking our reps nice and slow. You're able to crank these out super fast without any pain. Maybe consider adding some weight. Slow yourself down a little bit. Nice job. We got 10 more seconds. Keep pushing. Left arm. 3, 2, 1. 10-second rest. We got dead bugs. Go ahead and set up and prepare. Leg, feet off the floor. 3, 2, 1. Slow dead bugs. Maintaining that quality form. Hips and spine are glued. Nice and flat. Our abs are engaged, which is making that flat back easy to do. We're not dropping our limbs too far to the point where we can't maintain that core stability. 3, 2, 1. 10 seconds. Last round of planks. In 3, 2, 1. Let's rock it. High plank or low plank position. Let's go. Got 30 more seconds. Less than that now. Make sure we're staying flat. Reminder to squeeze the glutes. Don't forget about the glutes. They are basically the abs on the other side. You got it. Keep that back flat. 3, 2, 1. Woo! And we're done. Take a breather, grab a quick sip of water. Let's talk through circuit 3. We're going to go 2 times through the next 2 circuits. Make sure we have time for a cool down. So circuit 3, we're going to be standing upper body. So you can go ahead and come back up off of the mat. And our first move is an Arnold press. So this one's a little more complex. We're going to talk through it. So once we get in that neutral standing position, feet under hips, toes forward, I'm going to have you take, start in the top of a bicep curl with both hands. So elbows are bent, palms or hands are in fists, and your palms are facing the front of your shoulders. From here, we're going to widen the elbows outside of the shoulders. And as we do that, we're going to turn our fists to face away from us, or our palms face away from us. Once you're there, we're going to press both hands up overhead, so that overhead press, and then we're going to lower and reverse the movement. So top of bicep curl, widen the elbows, turn the palms, overhead press, and back down, back in. Any questions, clarifications with the Arnold press?
Yeah, where are you starting with your bicep curls?
The top of your bicep curl. So you're not actually doing a bicep curl. You're just at the top of it with both hands. So imagine you already did your curl and you're just holding your fists at the front of your shoulders. So that's the starting position. And then we widen the elbows, turn the palms to face away, overhead press, and then we reverse that movement coming back in. Does that clarify?
Do we narrow the elbows when we come back in?
Yes. Yep. So you're back to the start with the top of the bicep curl. Absolutely. And you're holding the weights. The weight heads are starting facing each other, and they kind of stay that way throughout. So even when your palms turn to face away from you, the orientation of the weight stays the same. And once you kind of get used to breaking the movement up, you're going to try to make it fluid. So less robotic, but just kind of fluid with the movement. Any questions, more questions with the Arnold press? Cool. All right. Our next move is lateral raises. We're going to keep the arms mostly straight for this one. So slight bend in both elbows, and then we're just going to raise our fists up and out towards the sides, still keeping the arms in the front side of the body. They're not directly outside of our shoulders, so slightly in front of us, raising up to about shoulder height with both arms, and then we'll lower back down. Palms are facing your thighs to start, and then they'll face the floor when your arms are up and back down. Any questions with the lateral raises? Just a slight bend in the elbows there. And our next move is single arm bent over rows. So we'll start on the right side first. We're going to take a staggered stance with our feet. So I'm going to step my left forward, my left foot forward just about one pace. I'm going to take a slight hinge in my body, and then I'm going to have my weight in my right hand, and I'm just going to let my right hand hang below my right shoulder. So that's the starting position of the bent over row. And then we're going to pull the elbow back, keeping it close to our body until that fist or weight comes to the outside of my right hip. And then I'm going to lower back down to that starting position with the hanging arm and repeat. So that's bent over rows. We'll do right side one round, and then we'll do left side next round. Any questions with the bent over row? Fabulous. Let's get going. Remember, we're just doing 2 rounds here. So let's get after it. Starting with those Arnold presses, make sure we're using lighter or no weights to start with this one as you get used to it. 3, 2, 1, starting position. Widen the elbows to overhead press. And come back in and repeat. Keeping our core braced throughout the entirety of the movement. Pelvis tucked. Anytime we're going overhead, our back is going to want to arch. So let's make sure we're keeping track of that. Keeping a slight bend in the elbows when we press up. 3, 2, 1. Quick 10-second rest. Going into lateral raises next. In 3, 2, 1. Lateral raises. Slight bend in both elbows. And just raising those fists or weights up to about shoulder height and dropping them back down to the starting position. Working the deltoid muscles or the shoulders. Just gently, I always recommend light to no weights for this one as well. 3, 2, 1. 10-second rest. Bent over rows. Right side, you can grab a heavier weight if you're using weights. Staggered stance. 3, 2, 1. Bent over rows. Right side. Make sure when we're at the bottom of the row or that starting position, we're really releasing our shoulder blade, letting it hang. Starting that pull back with the shoulder blade through the elbow to the hip. And we're keeping the elbow tight to the side of our body. We don't want to wing out. We're going to work different muscles. 3, 2, 1. Switch hands with your weights. Switch stance. So now your right foot is forward for the left arm bent over row. 3, 2, 1. Bent over rows. Left side. And I forgot to mention, but we're doing a neutral grip here. So weight heads are up and down. 10 more seconds. Keep the elbow tight to the body. Ease it into the side. Really feel your lats work. 3, 2, 1. 10-second rest. And we're back to the Arnold press for the last time. 3, 2, 1. Arnold press. Go ahead and begin. Starting at the top of that bicep curl. Widening the elbows. Overhead press. Palms face away when we press up. Palms face in towards us when we come back down. When we're at the bottom, I should say. Nice job, pelvis tucked. 3, 2, 1. 10-second rest. Lateral raises up next. Mostly straight arms. Working the delts. 3, 2, 1. Make sure we got our body positioning right. And then go ahead and begin raising those hands or weights up to shoulder height and lowering back down. Squeeze that core. This is going to be one of those exercises. If you're using too heavy of weights, you're going to compromise your form. So don't do that. Keep it light until you can keep your form. You got this. 3, 2, 1. 10-second rest. Bent over rows, right side. Last round. 3, 2, 1. Bent over rows, right side. Make sure we keep that chest towards the floor. We don't want to open up to the right as we row. We're really targeting the lats. Keeping the elbows squeezed close to our side. You can really feel the lats work. 3, 2, 1. Switch hands, switch stance. And bent over rows, left side. 3, 2, 1. Again. Releasing that shoulder blade, letting the arm hang at the bottom. And starting that pull back with the shoulder blade, following through with the elbow. Until that weight gets outside of your hip. Nice job. Squeeze that side as you pull. 3, 2, 1. And take a quick breather. Grab some water if you need it. We're going to go through our last circuit 2 times. We might have time for a third, so we will see. Circuit 4 is going to be standing full body. So our first move is going to be a squat to press. So for our squat to press, we're going to set up our feet in a squat position. So feet are slightly outside of the hips, toes forward. And then we're going to lower the hips down to the ground, knees track over the feet for that traditional squat until you get to maybe 90 degrees with your legs, maybe a little bit higher, whatever your squat range is. As we do that, we're going to reach both hands towards the floor. And then once we get as deep in that squat as we can, we're going to push out of the squat, and then we're going to press both hands overhead over the shoulders. Okay, so then you're in that full extended position when you're standing out of the squat. So squat down, reaching towards the floor, and press when you're up out of the squat. Any questions? Squat to press.
Yeah, which way are we holding the weight?
Great question. Palms are facing forward, weight heads are side to side or left to right. Awesome. Squat to press. Next move is marches. So we are just going to be marching like we did in the warm-ups, driving right knee towards our chest and left knee towards our chest. I challenge you, if you have weights, to hold a weight in your right hand only. So you kind of have some counterweight and you have to stay centered and balanced as you're marching. Any questions with the marches? I call it a suitcase march if you're using weights. All right, that's going to be with your right hand only. Next move is a good morning. So we do a lot of these as well. You can have your arms crossed over your chest if you'd like, or you can have your hands on the back of your head, elbows out wide. Our feet are going to be under our hips, toes facing forward. And then we're just going to keep the hips almost at the same level they're at, but push them back behind us as we take our chest towards the floor. Slight bend in both knees. So we're hinging. And then once we get as far as we can, feel that little bit of stretch in our hamstring. We're going to squeeze the glutes, tighten the abs, and push the hips forward, coming back to standing, that upright standing. So hinging and standing. Arms are crossed or arms are up. Any questions with the good morning? Awesome. And our last move is just going to be that marching again, but you're going to switch hands with your weight. So now it's going to be, you're going to be holding it on the left side as you march. All right. Okay, let's get it done. Full body, last circuit of the day. Let's do it. Starting with the squat to press in about 9 seconds. All right. Squat position, 3, 2, 1. Just a regular squat, reaching down towards the floor and pressing up nice and high. When you go to that overhead press, make sure we don't walk out the elbows fully and we don't arch our backs to press up. Squat form, we're making sure the knees stay over the feet, not folding inwards. 3, 2, 1. 10-second rest. We're going to go into those marches next, holding that weight on the right side. 3, 2, 1. Standing marches. Driving right knee to the chest, left knee to the chest. Taking these nice and slow, squeezing the core, not letting that weight that's in our right hand pull us down and over to the right. We're keeping ourselves centered, squeezing the core. You got it. 3, 2, 1. 10-second rest. We have our good mornings. So set up the feet under the hips. 3, 2, 1. Good morning exercise. Hinging down and coming back up. Hinging is an essential movement. We need to practice all the time. When you're pushing the hips back like you're closing a car door, you might feel your weight shift back into your heels. Keep the feet flat, but that's okay if your weight shifts a little bit to the heels. 3, 2, 1. 10-second rest. Back to the marches. Go ahead and get that weight in your left hand now. 3, 2, 1. Marches. Right knee to chest, left knee to chest. Squeezing the abs, staying upright. If you have a kettlebell, it'd be a good exercise for a kettlebell. They're a little easier to hold on one side. Nice job, stay centered. 3, 2, 1. 10-second rest, last round, starting with that squat to press. In 3, 2, 1. Set up the feet and begin that squat to press. Reaching down towards the floor, sinking the hips down, and then pressing up out of the squat and overhead press. Nice job. Don't rush through this movement. Take it nice and slow. Want to make sure we're squatting safely. 3, 2, 1. 10-second rest. We got suitcase marches. Weight is in the right hand. 3, 2, 1. Marches. Right knee to chest, left knee to chest. Don't let that right weight pull you over. Stay upright. Stay centered. Squeeze the abs. We are almost there. One knee up at a time. 3, 2, 1. 10-second rest. We got last set of good mornings. Taking them nice and slow. 3, 2, 1. Good mornings. Go ahead and begin. As I said, you can kind of shift the weight into the heels as you push the hips back. Really feel that stretching of the hamstrings. And then go ahead and squeeze the glutes and push back forward to upright standing. Getting those hinges in. 3, 2, 1. Last 10-second rest. Let's grab our weights in our left hand. for those marches, suitcase marches. 3, 2, 1. Let's take it home. Suitcase marches. Alternating, driving the knees to the chest. Holding some weight in the left side. And I don't discriminate. You don't need official weights. If you want to use a gallon of milk for this exercise. We all did a lot of weird things during COVID. That's one of the things I did. Weight is weight. 3, 2, 1. And take some rest, y'all. It's time to cool off. Cool down. Nice work. Let me get into the playlist. All right. We're going to stay standing for the cool down. We'll start by hitting the hamstrings. So we're going to do some hamstring scoops. I'll have you step your right foot out in front of you and slightly outside of your hip. You're going to keep the heel down into the floor and then raise the toes up towards the ceiling, keeping the right leg mostly straight. And you're going to trace the fingertips down your right leg towards your foot, feeling a nice stretch in the back of your leg. And then we're just going to hold there at the bottom of the scoop. Starting to take some breaths that are a little bit slower to recover. And let's come back to upright standing. Bring the right foot back under the hip and switch to the left side. The left foot steps forward, slightly outside the hip. Heel down, toes up. And reach down that leg towards the foot and hold. Feeling a nice static holding stretch in the left hamstrings. And go ahead and come out of that hold. Come back up to standing. Let's hit the quads now. So we'll do a standing quad stretch. We'll start with the right leg. I'm gonna kick the right heel towards my right glutes and hold on to the right ankle with my right hand, stretching the right quadriceps. You can always use a wall or support source nearby if this is a little tough on your balance, or you can treat it like another exercise. Taking those slow breaths. And go ahead and release that right ankle. Let's switch to the left side. So left ankle towards left glutes. Hold on to that left ankle with your left hand. Stretch the front of the left quads. All right, go ahead and release that left ankle. Get a little bit of upper body stretching. We'll start with that cross body shoulder stretch. So we'll reach our right arm out in front of the right shoulder, keeping the arms straight. We're gonna cross it over the center line of our body. And then we're gonna hook that right elbow into our chest with our left elbow. Cross body shoulder stretch. Go ahead and depress or push that right shoulder down as you hold this stretch. And if you want to add some wrist circles with the right hand, feel free to do that as well. Go ahead and release that cross-body shoulder stretch. We're going to stay on the right arm. We're going to do an overhead tricep stretch. So I'll have you take your right hand and place it on the back of your neck, or kind of facing your neck, shoulders. Your right elbow goes up to the ceiling. You can just hold it there if you want, or you can take your left hand to the top of your right elbow and kind of push it back behind you. Overhead tricep stretch. And go ahead and release that overhead tricep stretch. Let's switch to crossbody shoulder stretch with the left arm now. Left arm out in front of us, and then hook that left elbow into the chest with the right elbow. Depress that left shoulder. Wrist circles if you want. And let's go into that overhead tricep stretch with the left arm, left hand to the back of the neck, left elbow to the ceiling, right hand on top of the left elbow, pushing it slightly back. And last, but certainly not least, go ahead and release that stretch and give yourselves a pat on the back. Way to show up today. I hope you had fun, got a little stronger, totally rocked it.